All right, Joey, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and roll straight into questions, and we'll start and take our first question. Let's see, from Jacob. Go ahead,
I'm in a room by myself. I gotta wear my mask.
Thank you for doing that, Joey. Jacob, go ahead with your question.
Thanks, Amanda. Sorry, everybody was talking over and I couldn't hear you call on me. Joey, Ryan was in here a minute ago and said that he felt like even though the race didn't work out in his favor, that he felt like it delivered for the fans. I know there were a lot of people wondering if that'd be the case. Do you feel like it lived up to some of the hype and the hope?
Yeah, it did. I mean, the Clash, really anytime you have an all-star race, right? The Clash is an all-star race, a form of one, where there's nothing, to lose, right? Everyone's just going to go and fight for the win, and second place, nobody cares about. And that's kind of what the Clash is about. We've seen that happen plenty of times on the super speedway, but, as the road course, the tire strategy is probably what made it such a great race. The fact that there was a limited amount of tires. I think that was a really smart move by NASCAR to limit the tires just to those 3 sets, land. And I think that is what made it a good race. Because you had comers and goers, you had cars that would fire off, and then, you got that caution there, just a few to go. And, we were out of tires, so you're just go for it and hang on and hope for the best. And that was kind of the situation we had. But, I thought it was an interesting last few laps with the tire strategy, and that's what made it a good one.
Thanks, Joey.
Okay, we'll continue with questions. We're going to go ahead and take our next question. Let's see, Dustin Law. Go ahead, Dustin.
Thank you. A couple things. Joey, I know it's still soon after the race. Do you have an explanation for the penalty? I think, and it was my understanding it was your teammate Ryan that wasn't going to pit and then came down, and that what led to them calling you for not going in single file?
Yeah, I guess I need to understand it better. That was a move that in my 11, 12 years I've been racing, I've done at least 40, 50 times and never once have gotten called. And we weren't going to get called until they waved off the green. So really just trying to understand, the rule itself and why all of a sudden the difference in officiating it. So I'll get to the bottom of it. I'll make some phone calls and try to understand it better. But, the 12 was staying out. He was way high up at the racetrack, and, I made a late call to pit. So I pulled down. Naturally, that's going to move me forward because of the shorter radius to pit road. The 12 made a later call to come down pit road. Well, at that point, I'm already there. What am I supposed to do? So I don't really know how you're supposed to fix that. Am I going to go even slower on the pit road and give myself a huge gap? I don't think that's the right move either. So I don't know exactly. I haven't seen the replay yet, so put that with a grain of salt. But to me, that's something that's happened a long time. I did not pass the pace car. I just closed up a little bit to get onto pit road. There was not a car in front of me at the time. So I don't know. I don't get it at the moment. It almost cost us a chance to win. As I look at where the 12 was when the caution came out, he was in position to win that race. And then, obviously after that, we're so far back that it kind of took our shot away.
How different was this race with the package compared to the August race? And another thing is, with all the dirt on the bus stop, does anything need to be done there and curbing to kind of keep you guys off of that?
Yeah, 100%. For one, the package, way better, way better. Able to, stay behind cars better. I think that was definitely a gain. The draft on the straightaway wasn't any less. I can tell you that much, which is kind of surprising. You think a big spoiler would put a bigger hole in the air and the draft would be more, but it really didn't affect the draft much at all. So I think that's kind of interesting. And then the curbing, we got to do something. I felt like I was dirt racing still out there. So just a mud bath back there. And that's kind of what plugged up our grill in the first place. 21 was in front of me. And what ends up happening, guys, is your nose to tail on the car in front of you. And you can't see the curbs to your right? Imagine being right behind somebody. You can't see where those curbs are. You just physically can't see it. So you end up going shorter and shorter to the right, to try to, one, get your angle better, but two, try to find some vision. And you do that and you go through the mud and then it kicks up on the racetrack, and then you hit the exit one because you hit the one in the middle of it. So they got to do something to clean that up. I don't know what the answer is completely. Probably putting some of those yellow curbs that you see at the final chicane, probably somewhere in there to try to stop that, I think would help.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to continue with questions, and we're going to take our next question from Mike Slarte. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Amanda. Joey, following up on the curbing, you had an early run-in with one of those. Are those a little bit too punitive? I mean, I know you guys need some kind of barrier, but that seemed like it really did some damage to the front of your car, but you also say you can't really see them either. So where's the happy medium in that?
Yeah, I mean, probably somewhere in between. They need to step up to what they are. Those curbs are, they're huge. And you don't really see them in much other forms of road racing. Those type of curbs, they're not progressive. They're just big, round things. And I kind of got put in the spot. I was either run into my teammate or hit the curb. I don't know if he knew I was there, so it's kind of like, shoot. So I aimed for the curve and knocked the nose up pretty well. So I mean, I wish there was a happy medium between the two. Or something that can kind of ramp up to it, to where it doesn't actually just rip the nose off these things. So, but hey, there has to be a curb there. There has to be. You can't take it away. But maybe there's something in between. I don't know. I know the Roval has those red and white ones. Sometimes that might help a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Jeff with Empire Sports. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hi, Joey. Congratulations on the strong finish. What can you say about the resiliency of the number 22 team tonight? And where did you guys, because you guys took the penalty and you still end up with a strong finish, and where do you think you guys as a team, as a 22 team, improved the most from the summer where you guys had a top 10 finish as is?
Yeah, I think there's a few areas. I feel like the braking of our car is really, really good, which allows you to pass cars. So I think that's a very good strength of our car. Our short run speed is fantastic, and that's what helped us kind of pass a bunch on the way back up. Our fall off is a little aggressive. That's the flip side of it. So we got to kind of find that happy medium. Where if you look at the 9, he was probably the best car or close to the best car again, all on the long haul, right? Look at the 12 had new tires, ran them down, passed them. And at the rate he caught him, even if Blaney was making mistakes, he should have still drove away. And that's where the 9 is just better than everybody right now, is that he does not fall off. His tires hang on there longer than everybody's. No one's even close to what he has after 10 laps. So I think that's why you've seen him stay close, where I would have thought once Blaney got to the lead, he was gone and checked out and he was going to win the race. And obviously we saw what happened. So, it was all because he had a long run speed. His tires hang in there long enough for him to compete, even with a tire disadvantage.
Thanks, Joey. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Kelvin with RS Trackside. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Joey, for taking a question up. Going back to the curbing situation, would the dirt and the mud, does the rain have anything to do with that in the back bus stop back there tonight? Because it didn't seem to do that in August. Sorry if you already answered that. I had to join late, had a conference call as well.
Well, I'm not a farmer, but I have to assume when there's water on dirt, it turns into mud. I got to assume that's what happened.
And is there anything you could really do to change that? Because there's rain in the forecast down there for the rest of this week, and you guys got to race there again next weekend. Is there anything you'd like to see NASCAR possibly do to fix that in case it is like that again next week?
Yeah, I think just adding some curbs. We gotta add some higher curbs. Keep the yellow ones where they're at, and just put something either at the outside of those yellow curbs that are there. So use those flat curbs you run over. Keep those. Put something right after that. That'd be my opinion to it.
All right, thanks, Joey. Have a good week tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Joey, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us for the second time today. We wish you the best of luck tomorrow in qualifying for the Daytona 500.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Have a good one.